What really happened at Bezos' wedding? Uh, Viral "You're drunk" whisper exposed. Somebody said you're drunk, whatever. They said it was a lot of celebrities here. I just want to say this, man. I couldn't even believe this is like I I don't follow him or nothing like that. So when it was like he's getting married to this Lauren Sanchez, I wasn't sure who she was. And then I saw her and I was like, that wait, that ain't the news lady, is it? I was like, man, I told y'all, I feel like I was talking to my wife about this. I said, we're going to be at a point in the world where if you don't have plastic surgery, you're going to be the one looking weird. That's where we're headed. Because I was like, what did she do? They did like a before and after. I was like, oh, man. Hey, your money, your body, your face, you can do whatever you want. But boy, I just don't know, like, the fixation, like, whatever. But we going to check this video out. Appreciate y'all coming over. We ain't going to waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding wasn't just a ceremony, it was a meticulously guarded spectacle set against the cinematic backdrop of Venice. The Amazon founder and his fiancée transformed the floating city into a billionaire's playground, gathering a hand-picked guest list of celebrities, politicians, and global power players. The official events were shrouded in secrecy. From the beginning, attendees were given only fragments of information, with tight-lipped scheduling, last-minute dress codes, and controlled transportation plans. Guests weren't even told where exactly the wedding would happen until the last minute, with security and privacy teams deployed around the city to prevent leaks. Every step from their arrival via water taxis to their departure from the Aman Hotel was timed and filtered through a pre-planned logistics machine, ensuring minimal exposure to outsiders and no surprises for the press. But for all the exclusivity and precision, whispers from inside started to leak almost immediately. Behind the thick privacy curtains and sleek yachts, stories of tension, diva demands, and whispered accusations emerged from multiple sources. The guest list was a who's who of global elite: Oprah Winfrey, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Kris Jenner, Ivanka Trump, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kendall Jenner, Blake Lively, Matthew McConaughey, Barbara Streisand, and Tom Brady. Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry arrived together, while others like Salma Hayek and Wendy Murdoch were spotted boarding water taxis in high-fashion ensembles specifically curated for the occasion. The level of secrecy, even among guests, was so extreme that many had no clue what was happening until
somebody was in those pajamas. This was, boy. And we went to Italy, we went to Venice, and we, did the whole water taxi thing. So I know what he's talking about. But like this, to me, this just shows, like when you got money that will outlive you probably 20 lifetimes, people just, people think like, I mean, you go to Venice, you ain't got to do much, but people try to do stuff so over the top so things can be talked about. They can stay relevant for years, and it end up being too much.
Murdoch were spotted boarding water taxis in high-fashion ensembles specifically curated for the occasion. The level of secrecy, even among guests, was so extreme that many had no clue what was happening until hours before each event. Reports confirmed that some attendees grew frustrated by the cryptic nature of the itinerary, with at least 2 guests allegedly complaining about the constant cloak and dagger tone of the event to hotel staff. One of the most viral moments from the wedding weekend began began at a private pre-party aboard the Kourou, Jeff Bezos' $500 million mega yacht. The party, described as opulent and excessive even by celebrity standards, featured a foam cannon on the deck, curated cocktails, and a Mediterranean DJ flown in specifically for the occasion. Sources from inside the yacht said that as the sun started to dip, the alcohol began to take a visible toll. One insider shared that several guests had clearly gone too far with the champagne and custom cocktails. Amid the hazy glow of golden hour selfies and endless posing, an unexpected comment cut through the noise. One guest turned to another and said, "You're drunk." The words, not shouted but whispered harshly, were picked up by those nearby. It was said with irritation, not humor, and those who overheard it noted an awkward pause in conversation afterward. The context of who said it and to whom has not been publicly confirmed, but the moment immediately sparked attention across the guest circle. Some interpreted it as an attempted intervention. Others believed it was a snap of frustration from one celebrity to another. Either way, it became the quote that defined the party. Two simple words that reflected a deeper undercurrent of discomfort beneath the glamour. That wasn't the only source of tension. Reports revealed that certain guests arrived late or underdressed for specific activities and were quickly reminded by event staff about the strict dress code provided earlier. Each segment of the wedding, from daytime yacht lounging to evening dinners, came with its own tailored lookbook and fashion instructions. Stylists worked overtime to match expectations. A-list guests were reportedly required to send outfit previews ahead of time.
I mean, again, look at all the people there. Look at all the people who are there showing up. That's why I said, man, these parties, I mean, I know this is a wedding, but, of course they're going to have the reception and all that. But this is how it is, man. This is a peek behind the curtain to see how these people get down. It'd be like all these issues going on in the world. Some people seem like they're divided. They're against this person. They're against that person. But then you see them hanging out together, man. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, man. I don't know. Just something eerie about all this, man.
With at least one being asked to switch gowns on short notice for clashing with the color scheme of the terrace. A stylist traveling with a well-known celebrity confirmed that after arriving in Venice, they were forced to completely redesign the evening outfit based on a last-minute update from the event coordinator. The level of micromanagement wasn't just about optics, it was part of a larger effort to craft a specific atmosphere where every guest became part of the visual narrative. Bezos and Sanchez were curating. Security teams kept the guest movements as silent as possible. Water taxis were pre-scheduled. Locations like the Amen Venice were locked down with blackout curtains, and paparazzi were aggressively kept at bay. Still, several candid photos slipped through the cracks. One image showed Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry walking along the dock, appearing tense. An image that immediately raised speculation about the state of their relationship, especially after reports of distant behavior during the party. Meanwhile, a separate photo of Leonardo DiCaprio walking with model Vittoria Coretti sparked additional buzz, though both parties avoided all questions from reporters on their arrival. Perhaps the most talked about moment came not from any ceremony, speech, or performance, but from what one insider called the breakdown at the late-night reception. According to two separate sources, a pair of celebrities got into a hushed but visibly emotional exchange near the garden area of the venue. One reportedly walked off mid-conversation. While the names have not been officially revealed, the incident—
Well, I swear, I mean, I done seen Kardashian. Like, how many damn times did they change clothes? Like, does this feel like a wedding? You know what I mean? This don't feel like no wedding. Again, you can do what you want to do, how you want to do it. But this is what I be talking about. Like, when people got this much money, it's like, I don't know, man. It just looked very odd and very strange to see guests in different clothing. You know what I mean?
was so jarring that other guests turned to watch. The same insider claimed that minutes later, one of the people involved requested to leave the venue early and had a private car arranged discreetly. The public never saw this side, but the internal chatter among attendees quickly spread the story of what some began calling the whisper fight. Two people arguing in barely audible tones, but with enough body language and facial expression to draw attention in an environment where every interaction was being watched. In another moment, a luxury caterer working with the wedding's food team described how specific guests demanded changes to the menu hours before dinner. While the wedding itself included personalized tasting menus for each table, at least 3 guests made last-minute swaps for dietary reasons, while one celebrity's assistant insisted on a completely separate vegan tasting track prepared on a different platter. Though the team accommodated the request, kitchen staff admitted to scrambling to deliver the revised course in time without delaying service. Another star reportedly refused to eat anything until their security team had taste tested all items on the plate. Even the music drew it.
Smart. Yeah, you never know. You never know. But damn, if I'm security, I'm like, I know my life, I'm putting my life on the line protecting you, but golly. And, hey, they're thinking like, I ain't trying to get drugged. All right.
Internal drama. A backup singer booked for the after-dinner performance was reportedly replaced hours before the stage call due to a tone conflict with one of the featured artists. That artist, whose name was withheld, allegedly felt the pairing would distract from their vocal presence. The replacement was confirmed last minute, requiring a quick sound check under security supervision. Those backstage said the change was abrupt and fueled by a single phone call made from one guest's assistant to the wedding's entertainment coordinator. As the night drew to a close, tension mixed with celebration. On the surface, everything had gone according to plan. Boats arrived on schedule, photos were coordinated to minimize leaks, and every guest departed with customized favors featuring their initials and the wedding crest. But underneath the sparkle of designer gowns and tailored tuxedos, the atmosphere wasn't purely bliss. A guest staying at a nearby hotel reported overhearing 2 attendees talking about how fake the energy felt once the cameras were off. One allegedly remarked that everyone here's playing a role. That same night, a set of private images leaked showing what appeared to be a heated conversation between 2 celebrities on a quiet bridge near the venue. Images that have since gone viral, though the parties involved have not commented. The whispers, the outfit swaps, the "you're drunk" moment, the demand-heavy environment, none of it made the official highlight reel, but those who were there say the curated perfection only made the cracks more noticeable. From the outside, it was the billionaire wedding of the year. From the inside, it was something more complicated, a controlled, high-pressure show where any misstep could ripple through social media and become the next day's headline. The final brunch the next morning, what should have been a relaxed wrap-up, was marred by absences. At least 10 notable guests skipped it altogether. Those who did attend were visibly subdued. One report from a waiter working the brunch claimed that a famous pop star barely touched their food and left before the speeches even began. Another guest allegedly arrived late and requested their table be moved away from certain individuals.
Wow.
Staff reshuffled seating minutes before doors opened. What's clear is this: for all the precision, the secrecy, and the power surrounding the Bezos-Sanchez wedding, the real story became the one no one planned for. The moments that slipped through, the whispered accusations, the subtle eye rolls, the exit strategies, the outfit complaints, and the celebrity walk-offs painted a very different picture than the one the couple may have intended. Even with the world's most powerful names in attendance and every resource imaginable at their disposal, the private behavior of a select few guests overshadowed what was meant to be a celebration of love and union. And yet, those are the details people will remember. The $500 million yacht, the dripping couture, the controlled visuals, those are fading background. The moment someone whispered, "You're drunk," the celeb couple storming out, the influencer who couldn't post their ad, and the uncomfortable eye contact during a video montage, those are the unscripted details now etched into the internet's memory of the event. They weren't meant to be seen, but now they are, and in the world of celebrity, once something leaks, it never disappears.
I'm just wondering, um, did he have her sign a prenup? Because you know his last marriage. Um, I don't even want to go through these comments because they are just tearing her apart. Um, I don't know, man. You know, I've seen celebrities do simple weddings. Seen them do some really extravagant. It, it, but then you have like over the top. You know, like when you just hear all that stuff, like, oh, move my table away from this person. Uh, you know, I don't want to eat this. I'm barely gonna eat this. I'm leaving early. I mean, I look, something on a smaller scale, I would see it at Laker games when I used to work there. You know, celebrities would show up late, leave early, sit right on the court. They would get there like midway through the second quarter and leave midway through the third. You know, uh, it's just this is why I say you can't be like idolizing people because I feel like they're so disconnected from the world, like because they're in this huge celebrity bubble. uh I don't know, man. Like you gotta fly to Venice, then you get there and they're like, you know what, you gotta change your outfit because you're kind of matching with the curtains. Oh my goodness, man. Wow. I need to find out if he did a prenup. But yeah, I just felt like this was, I don't know. I mean, this brother is the one of the richest dudes in the world, so I guess it's expected. But my goodness, man. And you know all of these people gonna be talking mess to all the celebrities. I don't know why they did this and did that and that, how they did that. Like he spent all that money and there was no class. It's crazy. All right, hey, appreciate y'all coming over and watching, man. Peace out.